Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Petty News Network. We're talking about another deal. We're actually talking about the same dealer we talked about yesterday and how the state government blew that case. Guys, before we get into today's video, I got to talk to you guys about the sponsors here, and that's Morgan & Morgan Attorneys at Law. If you're looking for a personal injury attorney, you'll find none larger than Morgan & Morgan. Over 20 million phone calls. 20 million in 2023 alone. You can get started in 8 clicks or less from one of these by going to forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. Again, it's forthepeople.com/TK's Garage. And I appreciate them for allowing me to do what I do. So yesterday, I published a video that specifically talks about what was going on at Tropical Chevrolet and talking about how the finance manager there was arrested for identity theft and forging somebody's signature. Now, we've seen these stories before. In fact, there's an open one going on actively in Greensboro, North Carolina, at a Hudson dealership. What was interesting with this specific dealership is they charged and arrested the finance manager. And then magically the state decided not to prosecute. The police department evidently had enough evidence to arrest somebody at work, bring them out in cuffs, take them to jail. But the state attorney decided in that local area, the DA, decided not to prosecute. Now, I know a lot of people, and they've been coming into my email box for the last 24 hours. The charges were dismissed, TK. The charges were dismissed. That's cool. That's cool. But the problem is we have an entirely new case now. And a customer that's filed a police report out of Coral Gables that said they never signed for this car. So let me guess. It just happened twice at the same dealer? Shocking. Now, I know you're going to say, but TK, they have great reviews. They got a 4.2 out of 5 on Google. Yeah, they do. Well, we could put it right here. And they also have some verified reviews. See, here's the thing that I'm sick of with these dealers. And because everybody is relying on Google, right? Everybody is relying on Google when it comes to Google reviews. Dealers don't even care about Yelp anymore. They're not trying to mitigate their ass ramming that they're getting on Yelp, and all of them have horrible reviews. Dealer Rater is kind of a softball site, so to speak, for them. And it's got me to thinking, maybe myself and a few other YouTubers who you see here on a regular basis that we talk about, I should go ahead and just put my money where my mouth is and start a website that gives actual honest reviews and holds dealers accountable. And they're not allowed to pay for an A rating. If you have bad ratings, you have bad ratings. You have good ratings, you have good ratings. I think that site would do exceptionally well. But we'll see. But anyways, we got this review first, since we want to talk about reviews and what's going on there. And we're going to also talk about reviews. We're going to talk about open lawsuits that Tropical Chevrolet has. We're going to talk about a lot in today's video. So buckle up, because the pettiness is about to go down. Oh, by the way, that finance manager still works there. Still runs the finance department. I'm guessing that this Chevy Blazer that this customer never signed for and is now going on his credit report was just all made up, right? Come on, man. Vicente Young Jr. Here's the first review. We're going to put it right here. To purchase a car here, they are great. Well, this is starting now. And before we get into the review, it's a local guide. It's one of the most valuable Google reviews you can get. Because what these dealers are doing is they're buying. If you ever wondered, before I get into this, if you ever wondered how car dealers have 36 reviews in a day, and they're all 5-star great reviews, they're called bullshit reviews. They're not real. They're robots. They're bots. They have 1 or 2 reviews, period, across the spectrum. Not 10, 15, 20. They're not local guides. They're bots. They're bullshit reviews. They're not real. But dealers do that because now they know that customers are Googling a dealer before they go. Hold on. So, anyways, sorry. Petty News Network is constantly getting tips and phone calls and people calling about scumbag dealers. So, let's get into this review first by Vicente Young Jr. To purchase a car here are great. The service is very poor. All they want is to sell you a car with any care in the world. Bought a car here 3 days ago. First, the salesperson got the VIN number to the vehicle wrong. After all the paperwork was completed, of course, he blamed the finance officer. Let's pass the buck. Next, when we arrived, we had an offer of a vehicle that was sent to us via email, online, same vehicle. Of course, they said it was sold, of course. Went within 2 hours of getting the email offer. We asked if he could match the price to the vehicle. He said yes. That was a lie. When we brought it up, he developed amnesia. Finally had to return 2 days later because when he activated the OnStar, the vehicle, he again put another VIN number on the OnStar. Activated OnStar on the wrong car. Of course, he was nowhere to be found. Out of all this experience, the only person that was truly knowledgeable in her job was the receptionist. Ain't that a bitch? She fixed the OnStar and the VIN issues and the refunds. The overall experience was bitter and very poor. No one there seems to care very much, but only on making a profit from you. I live in Lakeland, Florida. Now, going from Lakeland, which is east of Tampa, all right, just so you have an idea, and came all the way to Tropical Chevrolet, which is the Miami area, thinking I was going to get the service we all truly deserve. I was wrong. Offers with the sale of the vehicle, like free oil change, car wash, etc., were non-existent. Service at best was 1 star. Truly disappointed in Tropical Chevrolet for exhibiting such a poor service, behavior, and professionalism. Now, you think that review would be enough, right? Yeah, it gets worse. All right, so here we get into the next spot, and there's an update, which we'll put right here. Salesperson that sold me the car has the audacity to call to see why I gave him a bad review, because it was affecting him. Tough shit. Again, worried about themselves, not the customer. Asked me what he can do to change the review to a positive one. Dirty sales tactics, ethics, etc. I told him, why offer me 4 or 5 free oil changes and car washes and not at the time of sales? He said he would call me back. 2 days later, no call back. This is why Tropical Chevrolet deserves a 1 star or negative stars. Dirty sales tactics, calling customer back to change the review to a positive one by offering 4 or 5 free oil changes and never called me back. To make it worse, the owner posted a feedback on my review. When I went to call back, it's the dealer number. Leadership comes from the top. Oh, that's so true. Shows you the type of service you will be getting. Further reviews will be posted on my media following over 15,000. Oh, they must have social media. That's what's up. No customer ever deserves to be treated the way I was at Tropical Chevrolet. Well, we got to thumbs up that review because it's facts, and it looks like they bought a trash Chevy Blazer. But hey, it is what it is, man. Everybody's got to get whatever they get. Now, I went and I dug a little further because I wanted to see who the finance manager still was at the dealership, and lo and behold, Sophia is still working at the dealership. Now, it was interesting to me because of everything that was publicly put out, right? Now, could there be a possibility that this finance manager was not guilty? I'm going to say this. Law enforcement confirmed that at the time that these documents would have been signed at the dealer, that the person who signed said documents was on the other side of the state. So, with law enforcement confirming the customer couldn't sign that document, the signatures did not match. And, because here's the thing. Do police make errors or do dumb shit? Yes, it happens all the time. Would a supervising sergeant on scene screw up? Possible. But if detectives investigated it, knew that the customer was on the other side of the state, obviously in the same situation we have at Greensboro, unless her arm did the Hyundai shit and stretched all the way across the state to Miami to sign that document where it was notarized and the deal was done, yeah, that's a no-no. And it wasn't DocuSign. It was signed in person. So it was forged. Now, the state attorney can do whatever they want, right? Maybe I've seen a lot of the comments on YouTube and other stuff that she was too pretty to go to jail. That's bullshit. But could the ownership of the dealership be a massive donator to the district attorney in that area for the campaigning in that area, and donate a lot of money to that DA's campaign? Yup. Could that have made the DA decide not to prosecute because there wasn't enough hard evidence to say that she signed the documents? Yep. Could she not signed it and had somebody else in her office signed it? Yep. All I can tell you for sure is the customer didn't sign it. And the dealership ended up taking care of that issue completely. Now, I'm waiting on my counsel to clear me to publish that. And not only that, I may actually have the customer come on here on a live stream so we can discuss it. But that's not all. Like, if you thought we were done with Tropical there, we get into lawsuits. Nolan versus Tropical Chevrolet. Yeah. This was filed in August 7th of 2023. And the nature of the suit, wow, you wouldn't guess. Truth in lending? You mean the finance department did more unscrupulous shit? You don't say. 15 USC 1601, truth in lending. That's what the lawsuit was. Now, full disclosure, the lawsuit ended up being settled out of court just a couple of months after that. Now, lawsuits get settled all the time. It doesn't mean that Tropical Chevrolet was wrong. But how do you feel about this one? How do you feel about this one? Put it right here. Fired car washer with cancer sues Florida dealership. What? Wait a minute. An employee at your work calls out sick because they have cancer. And you fired them, violating the Florida Family and Medical Leave Act. Boy, I tell you, character of this dealership's looking really great. We got people forging shit, We got people paying off public officials. Phew. But we're not done there. You know, when you look at a car dealership and everybody looks at the Google reviews, which are important, don't get it twisted, we use them all the time. But when you have a dealer like this that pays for massive amounts of reviews, you have to look at other stuff. And that's when you look at Yelp. That's when you look at the Better Business Bureau and you see if there's any open or, you know, bad standing with the Better Business Bureau, which is a private company. I understand all that. But you have to look at more than just Google reviews and DealerRater. You got to look at Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Google the forum, see if there's any negative reviews, lawsuits open, shit like that, before you do business with a dealership. Because when you just look at that, oh my God, they got a 4.2 out of 5. They must be a great dealership. Wrong. Look at this one. This is their current rating, put it right here, with the Better Business Bureau. 2 stars out of 5. They have a 1.94 out of 5. And they currently have an F rating with the Better Business Bureau. An F. Now, does that mean anything directly? Not really, but one of the things that did interest me about this were the reviews. So let's get into it. Complaint type, problems with a product or service. And what do you think? What department do you think we're talking about that's getting written up at the Better Business Bureau? Oh my God, not the finance department. You wouldn't say. Yes. Look at this. Boop. Filed for gap insurance refund, received a cancellation letter. The dealership is supposed to send it over to Brightline Gap Insurance to process the refund. It's been over 60 days and the finance.or blank who processed the cancellation won't return any emails or calls. Brightline Dealer Advisors has informed me that they have never received a cancellation from Tropical Chevrolet. And that's because they will slow walk that and intentionally not respond to you, because the longer it's there, they still get a piece. And if they cancel it after 3 months, 90 days, whatever it is, they still get a little bit. Even if they have to refund the rest, they still get some money out of you because the gap policy is active. You have to physically go to that dealership. You have to ask them for the cancellation, or you go to that dealership with Brightline on the phone and you're going to have them tell them that they're canceling it. If it doesn't, and I know this is such a pain in the ass, but if it's not done right away after you ask for it, just file a claim in small claims court for the entire amount of your gap insurance that you paid. Most likely, and as happened in several lawsuits that I've looked up with this dealership, they don't respond and you get a default judgment. And then when they figure out, oh shit, it's more than, because they're going to have to pay your time, your court fees, all of that, then they'll try to get the default judgment removed and try to settle with you for some amount more than what it was that you paid for your gap insurance, because they're just lazy. They're looking for people not to fight. And if you're not willing to fight for yourself, then you're screwed. And oh my God, look at this. It looks like we have another complaint straight from the finance department. Complaint with a product or service. The status is unanswered from the Better Business Bureau as of February 3rd, 2024. They still have not responded at the dealership. They're starting to pile up. They're having problems. Dealership's finance manager, oops. Now, they blank out her name at the Better Business Bureau for privacy reasons. Refuses to cancel my warranty and issue remaining refund, even though my car is paid for and that insurance is totally optional, not mandatory. Now, from what I was able to gather from that, it either has to be gap or a warranty, and they can cancel it. The gap is pretty much invalid if your car is paid off. If they refuse to cancel it, again, it's one of these cases where I know it's a pain in the ass. I know how much of it. I can't afford an attorney. I get it. You don't need an attorney. They have self-help things at the court. Literally just go down to your local clerk of court and file a small claims case. Yes, it's going to cost you $100, maybe $200 to file the case. Yes, I know your gap was probably only $800, but you'll get it back. If you don't fight these son of a bitches and you don't come after them, then nothing changes. So, yeah, you have to do it. You absolutely have to do it. I mean, I could go through one after another, lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit that is pending against this dealership. So when you trolls, you scumbags that are trying to defend this finance manager, come at me in my comments or, via email. Facts are still facts. The customer in the original case was not fucking present when that document was signed. Whether or not the district attorney wants to do their job and prosecute that case, hey, you can't make them do their job. And unfortunately, we have district attorneys all over this country not doing their fucking job. But that's neither here nor there. What is here or there is, I don't give a shit about what a district attorney does, and I can read the facts from a fucking police report. I can hear the facts from a customer, and I can make my own fucking opinion. I don't need a local court or a district attorney to wash their hands of it because the dealership donates a shit ton of money to their campaign fund. Sorry, not sorry. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I wanted to give you guys these reviews. I wanted to give you guys a different perspective and tell you about some of the stuff that's going to be coming here in the future as we continue to build all these channels and continue to shine light on this bullshit in the industry. Till next time, stay petty, my friends.
You suck a dick, suck a dick, suck a motherfucking dick, suck a dick, suck a huge small.
Flawless victory.